What we're going to study now, these are approaches to studying business. And each of them are a little different. They come from different places, but usually there's one of these models are applicable to the companies and the industries that we study. And what we're going to talk about now is what's known as the model systems approach. Now, the model systems approach has three elements to it. One's called the environment, one's called the meta system, and the third piece is called the base system. Now, the environment is the legal and social norms that are placed upon a company. All companies have, legalities that it has to deal with, whether it's human resource regulations, whether it's environmental regulations. If you're a restaurant, you have to deal with, cleanliness standards and environmental standards and all kinds of things. But that's the environment of a business. The social rules that are placed on a company, now this is what we would call social responsibility. How do you give back to the community where you kind of earn your living? In my younger days, after I got my MBA, I went to work for the McDonald's Corporation. And while I was there, they developed a new socially responsible approach that they took, which was basically to make all McDonald's franchises support Ronald McDonald houses. And that's how McDonald's goes about, in the main, meeting its social responsibility needs. You also have what's called the meta system. Now, a meta system is where all the corporate decisions are made. So in my old employer, McDonald's now, that's based in Chicago. And everything comes out of the corporate headquarters. So if McDonald's decides that there's going to be a new sandwich that all franchisers are going to offer, October 1st or whatever it is, all franchises are going to have to do that. It's very much a top-down kind of approach. But it's called the meta system. And the meta system is where all corporate decisions are made. The base system now, this is the third component. The base system is where all the corporate decisions are carried out. So with McDonald's, they make the decisions in Chicago. The base system would be all the restaurants, all the franchises, all around the world, who would carry out the decisions made by corporate headquarters. But that's called the base system, and that's where all the corporate decisions are carried out. You'll also note that these arrows going between all three components in the model systems approach. And indeed, this approach assumes that there's communication, information if you want, that goes between all these different pieces of the company. And indeed, that's important. If it's in the McDonald's example, if they try a new sandwich and it doesn't work, they get that information from the base system. The sandwich isn't selling, people don't like it, whatever. And they use that information to make decisions. So all of these pieces have to communicate together. That's a vital piece, a vital link to this. And this is called the model systems approach.